reminding me of my best friend Wren back home on Summersweet Island in Virginia, and how she always admonishes me this way. And how she hasn't been answering her damn phone every time I've called to tell her about this huge, life-altering event that happened over a week ago. Ellen Westwood is, really smart with a PhD and has a perfect ass. Carson continues to scold me, loudly. I know! I cry, feeling worse every time I think about that day. As the makeup artist for the Vipers cheerleaders, hired for any promotional events or photo shoots, Carson has poured many a glass of alcohol for me over the last 4 years when I've missed my girls back home, and our sip-and bitch tradition of gathering at the local ice cream shop to drink and complain about our woes. He's also let me pour my heart out to him during the many hours I've sat in his makeup chair. He's like a friend and a therapist all rolled into one, who can do the most fabulous smoky eye I've ever seen in my life in less than a minute. He knows everything there is to know about the Vipers organization, since people seem to forget he's in the room and get extra chatty on their phones in his chair. And he has idolized Ellen Westwood for probably as long as I had. The bartender finally takes pity on me, walking over to refill my shot glass, kindly waiting for me to toss it back so she can fill it again before leaving the bottle within arm's reach as she turns to serve someone else. While I stand here surrounded by people I don't know, at the birthday party of a friend of Carson's, because he felt bad about me being alone on my last night in California, getting scolded like a peewee cheerleader who flipped off the opposing team. It only happened once, and it was only because my friend Tess told me one of their cheerleaders whispered that my toe touch was trash, and Tess dared me to do it. A Flanagan never turns down a dare. 62 years young with a perfect, shapely tight ass. Carson goes on, making me feel even worse for throwing out an immature cheap shot at my boss of the last 4 years, and someone I admired and wanted to be when I grew up when I was a little girl dreaming about the future. I don't even like lady asses, but my God, you have to give art the respect it deserves when you see it. I had my dreams in the palm of my hands, and with one wrong move, they disappeared in the blink of an eye. I was doing the lovely Ms. Westwood's makeup one time before a news interview, and I asked her how she still managed to maintain such a firm, well-rounded derriere, and she told me to eat shit. Carson muses with a wistful smile on his face as I down another shot. I still don't know if she was insulting me or if that woman actually eats feces to look as good as she does at her age. I thought you brought me to this party to cheer me up and to cheer me on before I leave tomorrow on a new life adventure, not to remind me how epically I failed, I complain. Tonight was supposed to be a fun, carefree evening out with a few of the girls from the team. One last night in LA to finally let loose and go crazy after 4 years of not being able to have a life. An hour into our night at a bar by my apartment, and they all ditched me for dates, reminding me I'm a 34-year-old washed-up ex-pro cheerleader with no dating prospects anywhere in sight. Not that it would matter anyway, since I'm moving back home tomorrow, but still. I had 4 years to find everything I felt like I've been missing in my life, and I blew it. Professionally and personally. New life adventure, Carson snorts, grabbing the bottle of tequila and refilling my glass, adding a few fingers to his champagne flute he emptied in between yelling at me, and then clinking our glasses together. You're moving back home to a tiny shithole island in Virginia to run your parents' business that you hate, with nary a makeup artist in sight to make sure you don't go out in public looking like garbage, and a weird arranged marriage situation that I still don't fully understand. I do not follow Carson's lead and throw back my shot, and not just because I may or may not be seeing 2 of Carson standing in front of me right now, and I'm afraid if I bring the shot glass up to my face, I might miss my mouth completely. Is this my 4th shot or my 7th? I know it's a number less than 10, but more than 3. We'll call it 4th. Numbers are hard.